What's up, your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you for tuning in. I wanted to come and talk to you guys really quick and just give y'all just a little chit chat. Okay, I'm over here at home. It's raining. And so there's not really, too much light for me to record over by the window, but I still wanted to give my little 2 cents over here on, some of the stuff that's been happening in the headlines. So real quick, I wanted to do, come and shoot this with y'all really fast. And we're going to talk about Halle and DDG. Okay, Jurnee Smollets and how her ex is trying to run off with her money. Okay, and then we're also gonna get into the married to medicine looks as well. I want to, talk about those just a little bit because it's all getting ready to happen this weekend. And and if we have time, then I might possibly talk about some other things. But let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Y'all make sure to go ahead and drop a like in that collection plate. All right, let's go ahead and get into the first thing, which is, I want to go ahead and get into the looks of Married to Medicine first and knock them out the way. All right, y'all. So we're going to start with Married to Medicine looks, and I'm going to rank these from least favorite to most favorite. First off, starting with Simone. Y'all, Simone, let's just start with the good with Simone is, I would say for majority of her reunions, this is actually probably one of her better looks, surprisingly. No matter how tissue like this is looking, Simone's never been really a fashion girl, we know that, but as far as how she's displaying her shape, this is probably the best that she's done. This dress really had potential. It was just the way that they sculpted it over there by the breast area. I love the one sleeve idea. And the shape of it, I don't mind. It's just really how they got that ruching is just not good. But as far as hair and makeup goes, her hair and makeup actually looks really good. She's going to kill it with the bob. The girls love a bob. But yeah, all I can say for her is like that chest part. I don't know if it's supposed to be flowery on the chest either. I don't know. But it just, it was almost there, but as far as for what we're usually seeing in Simone, I think there was one other time where she had like a T-length dress that I think I liked. But I mean, as far as Simone goes, but that's why she's lowest on the totem pole. Moving on. Now, I'm sure there's many of you who are completely confused at why Sweet Tea possibly isn't at the bottom. And I know it sounds crazy. A lot of people did put Sweet Tea at the bottom. But the only reason I'm not having Sweet Tea as my worst is simply because I actually enjoy the concept of what Sweet Tea was going for. And really the color a lot more than what Simone has given us. Also, plus as well, Simone has been doing this way longer. She should know by now. This is Sweet Tea's second season. I could definitely tell what they were trying to go for. And as a concept, I appreciate that a little bit more. And it's just that the execution wasn't there. That dress should have went all the way down. That waist hemline needed to be snatched way more. The hair needed to be defined a little bit more. Like I get what they were trying to do. The color is really what saves her for a lot of this. But it should have went all the way down. The dress should have went all the way down. And they should have brought the bottom of the skirt in a little bit more and narrowed it. And I feel like if they actually had added that beading that was on the dress onto the actual cape or whatever that she's wearing, I feel like that really just would have pulled it all together. Like if you picture like the arm sleeves as the same material as that dress and then like that beading along with it, I feel like that's what really would have helped her. But overall, Sweet Tea, it is what it is. You ain't got quite access to the money yet. Not all of the funds. You still on allowance. You ain't really got the cards yet. You still on allowance. He ain't handed you the cards yet. Moving on. Now, what really messed heavily up here, next up on the totem pole, is really just two things: her hair and her choker. I liked the shape of it. I wish the shape of it was just a little bit more, not as just so sharp, if you get what I'm saying. Like how I get how they wanted to trumpet the dress, but that's just nitpicking. But what really messed her up was that choker, Lord Jesus, and all that hair, y'all, in these bundles. I get it, y'all. I hope y'all ain't trying to take after Bose with 600 bundles that she wears in her head. What Heavenly you should have did was like a half up, half down situation. Remove that choker And or Heavenly, you really would have benefited from a ponytail with that hair, and done like a big wavy ponytail with the hair that you had, and actually freed up your chest. But I feel like Heavenly, as much as she like to feel sexy, I think she was just kind of insecure about her chest being out the whole time, and that's why she put her hair down. But yeah, that's what really messed up Heavenly. Her hair, or at least her makeup, is better than what it usually is. But let's move on. Now, Miss Quad, for Miss Quad, I actually like the color of the dress. Her shoes are nice. It complements her skin well. I don't mind the necklace, and a lot of people are really doing a lot of that sculpting waterfall kind of like hard breastplate. I think it's an Indian dude that's been really making these dresses. I'm sure this is a dupe because that Indian, he expensive. He's who designed. Y'all remember Cardi B's like royal blue dress? Yeah. But nonetheless, I really hate that they went so far down on the breasts, part. I wish they had just would have brought that up a little bit. And really what kind of like messes up her quad was like the hairstyle. I felt like she needed a little bit more volume by her face to offset the volume on the shoulder there. So I feel like had she done like a really big like butterfly ponytail, and like pulled it out to kind of make it like full and messy, I feel like that would have been really cool. And or just like a real sleek to like more of a high full ponytail. But yeah, y'all tell me what you think. Next up, we have Miss Toya, y'all. Now, this middle part is where it got hard for me because I tossed up between Quad and Toya, and only what made Toya beat out Quad just a little bit was I enjoyed her shoes with the outfit a lot more, and the color. I just really feel like had they maybe possibly, I get what they were trying to do and make this like a tiered situation, but they should have just let the tiers not possibly like go all the way down to the floor, like just do another tier of what they already have at the skirt. And like they wanted it longer, but stopped it maybe by her ankle possibly. Or if they were going to do that, make that go all the way around and not just these pieces like that. But for those who were able to see a picture where like the textures and saw the feathers on it, I actually didn't mind the feathers. Some people didn't like the feathers. I actually like the feathers because I'm a big texture. Like I like when dresses or just gowns or whatever have like texture to them. You can see like the detail and things like that. But what Toya really kind of slacked on was really like the hair and makeup. Really, like the hair should have been like nice and curly and wavy with some butterfly pieces in it or something to really just like offset it, because now she's just like bottom heavy. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So Mimi let it be known, y'all might ain't heard or see nothing from me in the season, okay? But during the reunion, y'all gonna notice me. And you know what? I'm not even mad at it. For it to be her first reunion, I mean, we know how it usually goes. When the ladies had their first season, it can get rough. But for her first, I appreciate it because when you get to know me, when it comes to fashion, especially when it comes to me, I am a sucker for construction and giving your eyes something to look at. And that's what Mimi's dress does. Plus, blue, turquoise, all that type of stuff is really my kind of favorite color. So, the bodice is shaped well. Her pose is killing it. It's like almost as if she's like, on my left hand, I got this, and on my right hand, I got this. Pick, and you don't know which one is heaven or hell. Like, and then her makeup is nice. Like it looks really good. The pose is really what helps too. But yeah, I really like this. Especially for our first. I'm wondering to see if Mimi's gonna drop us a little something. During the reunion to make us remember her. Besides this look, okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to second place, and that is Dr. Jackie. And y'all, we can say Dr. Jackie has really come a long way. Sometimes, less is more, and something that can be done not in, I don't want to say a basic way, but kind of a more clean aesthetic way is what really helped Dr. Jackie here. She didn't try to go for like a T-link dress with like some stripes across it. Like what she did with the bodice was just enough. It shows her shape really well. The earrings, kind of draw the eye to her face and to the bang, and the other reason this heifer didn't get first because I'm really on Jackie head top because, it's not that we haven't noticed that Miss Jackie has been sliding under the rug, but Jackie, you and Simone, with this whole kumbaya we got at the end of this episode or this season or whatever, it's like, yeah, cool, y'all with quiet, but we need to discuss the shenanigans that you have been doing behind the scenes, Miss Jackie. Okay, you and Simone, y'all let Heavenly take the rap, but especially you, Jackie, because you really ain't worked none these past 2-3 seasons. I give Simone a little bit of something, but Miss Jackie, yeah, it's time to be on her head top. So for personal reasons is why this heifer took second. But yeah, it doesn't mean that she look bad, but I'm just letting you know. So let's go ahead and get into first place, which we obviously know is Miss Contessa. I mean, we can honestly say Contessa has come a long way, okay? Her makeup and her hair is what really just like was kind of like the chef's kiss for this because the reunion is really hard because it's one of those things, depending on what the theme is, it's like, how big do you want to go? But then you also start thinking about the logistics of it and like the reality of it is, as much as you want to look good on TV and at the reunion, them hoes is sitting there all day, like literally ass crack of dawn till late at night. So it's like, to keep up that look, there's a way to do enough, but not too much. And I feel like Contessa balanced that really well. Shoot, her boobs look good. And obviously we know she's been, doing her workout thing. The eye, drawing to her sleeves with the, the chandelier kind of like hanging from her sleeves. I really kind of missed that at first because I was paying attention to really like the bodice and the slit and everything. Like I said, Contessa, you can tell she's trying to get more in her fashion game this season. She's just wearing clothes. Hell, she don't know if she want to go merengue, don't know if she want to be a stripper, don't know if she want to be, the next bodybuilder. But the point is, Contessa is at least, trying to flex her fashion bones. So, we got to respect it. So first place, Contessa, I'm wondering how this season is going to go, for the rest of the season, as well as just how the reunion is. Obviously, a lot of what this, reunion I think is going to entail of is a battle between Greg and the guys, Sweet Tea and the ladies. And Greg's gonna have a lot of splaining to do because obviously the mixtape, by now all of a sudden he want to drop music, and you possibly trying to sue or press charges against King. Like, there's a lot on that front, and really the question is, are Sweet Tea and Greg going to return? Y'all drop it in the comments. Do y'all think that Sweet Tea and Greg should return? And with Toy and the ladies picking Quad's side, allegedly, as of right now, or picking her, I feel like they just picking the show. That's what's happening. We just gonna say that for the review. We just talking about the looks right now. So yeah, those are my rankings for the looks, and we'll just have to wait for tomorrow for this review, or actually tonight. To come on tonight, y'all. So we'll be in touch. All right, let's go ahead and get on to the next topic. So y'all, looks like we gotta add another one to the list. God dog it, they got another one, y'all. Ladies, it's time to huddle up. It's time to huddle up, ladies. Huddle up, okay? Look, now, the niggas is catching on. They have all figured out what the new play is. Find them a woman with some motion and stick to it, okay? Now, oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel, y'all. So, Jurnee Smollett, okay, if y'all haven't heard, or I'm sure most of y'all have, but if not, y'all know that she is Jurnee Smollet's sister. And, she's been married. I feel like I knew she was married, but not for sure, because she kind of, stayed quiet, before and after Jussie pulled that mess at the courthouse. But I digress. It's not about him. Back to another version of these ancient niggas, okay? So Jurnee, she has been with her husband for 10 years, but the kicker is she has already been paying this man. Now allegedly she done already paid this man up to $1 million in alimony, like a settlement basically, after the divorce, and now he's trying to come back asking for more. It's giving bum. It's giving you went over there, blew through the stacks of money, and then now you feel like you want to take the easy route, which is to go after her again. Like, oh Lord, I know everybody wants to sit and talk about prenups are a predecessor or a predictor of divorce, but like we got to stop playing stupid, ladies. I know, you go out there with your emotions and your feelings and whatnot, but it's time to get just smarter than this. Like yeah, it's just all, just a consequence of the patriarchy. We know what it is. Just going forward, ladies, we just got to do better. We got to do better. And now here it is. Really got the nerve to go to court and just try to take this woman money that she worked on literally since she was like a child star, like her retirement. Like, bro, come on now. Ex-husband wants half her childhood acting coins despite her paying him nearly $1 million since their divorce and $7,000 monthly child support. She's had this money since she was 3 years old. Like I said, I didn't even know about the child support part because I didn't even know they had a kid. So the audacity, and then the rest reads this. Jurnee Smollet's ex, Josiah Bell, is now coming for her 401k and SAG pension, which she's had since she was 3 years old, according to court documents obtained by the Neighborhood Talk. Despite Jurnee paying him nearly $1 million since their divorce was finalized in 2021, Bell is demanding half of her retirement savings. The docs state that their 401k are pensions considered community property, meaning he's entitled to 50% of what's earned from 2010 to 2019. Since their 2019 separation, Bell has been collecting $7,000 a month, y'all, and child support and alimony. Now the court has ordered her plan administrator to transfer half of her account balance to him. I bet the motherfucking not. I do know that. I bet the motherfucking not. The audacity, like I said, like, okay, you've already been paid to, and because at the end of the day, okay, it's that they separation, I guess, finalized 2019. And so he's saying that he's entitled to 50% of what's earned between 2010 and 2019. And now you want is in her SAG pension. Like, something that was there that you had no contribution to. Like, ooh, ladies, you just got to get smarter, y'all. It's just one of them things. You just got to learn, she ain't the first and she won't be the last. And unfortunately, from one girl who had to bump her head or now is getting her shit rocked again, because this is years later. This is 4 years after the fact. She's already paid him. He's trying to come back for more. So it's like now she getting knocked upside the head again. And from one lady who's getting one, whiplash to, we got to move on to our poor little mermaid. She's another one, y'all. The DDG taking her for a whirlwind and knocking her upside her head, with just drama every other week now at this point. So let's go ahead and get onto, Halle and DDG and their mess of a, child co-parenting relationship. So we obviously know the backstory between Halle and DDG. It started with these two and ended, with those three. All right. And now all of a sudden we got DDG pulling his typical, woe is me daddy story coming to the internet. And it's like, God dang, Halle, we really tried to save you from this girl, but learning lessons. So listen to this mess that he's doing.
Why you keep being difficult? You be acting like I do the minimum.
So y'all listen to this. This is DDG, I guess, dropping a song. And it's like, you're only proving everybody's point of us knowing the type of dude that you are, DDG.
When I give you my words, you don't listen, you just get to spinning them. I feel like I can't win. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. You keep asking me why, but I told you before that you ex. Picking up Halo, how you know you wanna leave his daddy?
Y'all listen to what he's trying to say. Y'all gotta actually listen to the words. Listen to what he's saying, because he's really telling on himself.
He want me a man, girl, you know you need his daddy. When I'm on the road, I just want to see my family. Cold word, I need my family.
Question number 1, who's in what family?
Feeling like I need a Grammy. Oh, don't take my son, cause he all I got. I'm just having fun, I don't love these stocks. You tell me that you gon' move on, but I know you not.
And question number 2, why are you worried about whether she's moving on or not? Y'all, like, every time y'all want to come to be DDG's savior, he literally puts everything on the Twitter and his music. Like, let's get into it. For real, y'all. Like, y'all remember this picture right here a while back when he had this whole, YouTube moment where he came to defend Halle, talking about, oh, she could have been going through postpartum. Y'all need to back off of her. That's the mother of my child. What is good for her is good for Halo. Like, how did you go from this to now all of a sudden it's, you're on Twitch live or whatever saying you are tired of upkeeping her image, and it's not fair that she's the primary caretaker, and I'm getting bullied behind the scenes and I can't see my son. Like, this ain't fair, and I'm just tired of it. So I want to come to, I'm just coming to y'all because there's nothing else I feel like I can do about it. And it's like, here go you performative ass Negroes with this woe is me daddy trope that y'all are constantly doing. And it's like, DDG, you for the people who can see right through it and understand, this has absolutely nothing to do about him wanting to be a active father in his child's life. Because if you actually listen to how this man said it on his live, let me see if I can find a clip and play it right here.
I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like,
cut the cameras. Dead ass.
I literally want DDG to cut off all his cameras and just stop talking, because those of us who are actually seeing this for what it is understanding how to read in between the lines of what these lives are that DDG is saying. So in the clip you just saw, he basically talked about driving hours to Halle's house just to get told no. And he says that every time he want to see his kid or whatever, he gets pinned up against the wall and is told, it's a whole bunch of other variables. Yes, DDG, it is a whole bunch of other variables, as in, oh, you try to come over there and the variable is your child is sick. Not only is he sick, but he's got something called RSV, which I hear is like really deadly, contagious, and it has to do with like the lungs or stuff. And so the fact that him and Halle have that, the variable is he need to stay home because he don't need to be in and out the car, whatever, and all that type of stuff like that. And so now you're upset because you get told after driving hours, which you know how you on bullshit, because why didn't you call before going over there? See, it's niggas who plan, like they plan on purpose intentionally to show up at a location when they know they're going to get told no, to be able to run back and tell people they got told no for the sake of being they got told no. So here it is, DDG, you went over there knowing good and goddamn well what was going on over there, and you just thought by virtue of you popping up, and dudes love to pull this thing of like, oh, I'm the dad, let me see my son. You can be the dad, but that still isn't just like a pass of just like seeing your son winning whatever. Like, okay, being a dad also means understanding that your child has a schedule. Your child has, certain things, a routine. And so like just popping up whenever you want to is not what a good dad would do. DDG, you sitting there complaining that you get 72 hours. There's 7 days out the week, which means you get 3, Halle get 4. Like, and then at this point, you're steady talking about, in other parts of his life, steady talking about, oh, there's nothing else that I can do. I'm tired of protecting her good girl image. I really just feel stuck. And, I'm just finally, I feel what it is to be a dad, that's being kept from their son. I used to always think it was dads who didn't want to see their kids. Nah, it be the mamas. Like, DDG, you're going to have to understand this is what happens. Like, you're co-parenting, which means now you don't get to see your child whenever you want, which is what he said in another part of his life. I should be able to be a dad when I want to, whatever. And then he spoke about in one part, oh, he's sick, and oh, I can't leave with him, then I'll just sit down here or whatever. We might not be on good, may not be cool or whatever, on cool terms, but I could have just hung out with my son, in the other room. No, Negro, you're not finna just chill with my child who's sick in the house, because we all know what this exactly means. Due to with they baby mama, you just chilling inside the house, you gonna already try to get cozy again. And we all know if there's anything niggas love to do with their baby mamas is just try to maintain access. So that's all that was about, was you sitting there trying to be sick with Halo at Halle's house. And it was a boundary that she finally set for herself, and you're upset about it. A lot of dudes really think having a baby just means access, but you still notice the one thing that he ain't doing. He talking about, oh, I don't know what else to do. One thing he ain't doing is taking his ass to court. We see that. Men love to complain about, oh, how so, but they never go to court. So DDG, for the sake of the argument, if Halle is giving you difficulty with seeing your child, but I'm listening to what you saying. What you saying is out of line. It's out of line, point blank, period. Like, you literally are always talking, like, snitching on yourself. Y'all remember the time too, he's talked about, even when he was gonna, he sung a part about he actually was sabotage, Halle's career when she was doing The Little Mermaid and stuff like that. He made a song about
And
it.
I just be cooling it, but in my head, that nigga really losing it. Gotta be paying good, cause you keep doing it. I might just tweet something just to ruin it. I got a platform, I'm abusing it.
You see what I mean? And then partnering this with the video clip that I showed you earlier, where he's sitting there saying like, oh, I'm on the road, I just want my family, miss my family. In my mind, I'm thinking, what family? Who family you talking about? Because there is no family between you and Halle. And then secondly, you sitting there talking about, oh, she told me she moving on, but I know not, or like, I know that's a lie. And it's like, sir, who are you to say who she's moving on, what's a lie, and what is that your concern? Like, the fact that those are your lyrics in your song, you're just literally projecting all the stuff that you're trying to pretend is not happening. We know you worried about her moving on, for real. And then the way he used like all the dog whistles in his video. Oh, I'm just a dad trying to see my son. I used to think this way. Now I'm seeing it be the mama's keeping it away. I try to be there for him. I want to show up for him. Oh, I try to keep Halle's good girl image, but I'm tired of hiding it. I'm getting bullied behind the scenes. Just such dog whistle bullshit. So yeah, you guys, we got to pray for our sister Halle. We tried to learn, or try to keep her from having to learn the hard way, but there are just some girls where the only way they're gonna learn is through experience. So Miss Mamas, the good thing is you real young still, you early 20s, early mid 20s, so you got time to rebuild and get your career back on and everything. Just make sure you maintain these boundaries, because DDG, you in for the long haul with this one, girl. I hate to break it to you, Halle. We try to save you from his sis, but here it is. Halo's here now. He cute. Y'all was a little family, cute little family and whatnot, but that's no longer there, and you gotta let DDG know that. And so yeah, you drop down in the comments. Y'all feel like DDG is being honest about the situation with Halle? Do you guys feel like Halle's keeping the baby from DDG, or is he just trying to play, emotional manipulative games with the internet and use them to go after Halle? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all make sure to drop down and talk about all the comments. I'm trying to say topics. Lord Jesus, it's time for me to go, y'all. Y'all know what's up. Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Tell me what you feel about everything. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch y'all hoes later. Deuces.